You're listening to an African Elements top news story for July 10, 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. On July 8, 2023, Antwan Lindsey, a 45-year-old black man, was shot 15 times by Columbus police officers in an apartment building. Officers mistook the sound of a taser for gunfire, leading to the shooting that ended Lindsey's life. His family filed a federal lawsuit against the city and its police department, alleging excessive force and systemic failures. The incident began when a man reported to a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy that Lindsey had a gun and was making threats. Police later found that Lindsey was upset because he believed his car had been stolen, but it had actually been towed. Body camera footage captured the deputy arriving at the apartment building where Lindsey was visible. Gunshots were heard as the deputy arrived, prompting him to report taking fire and to shout for Lindsey to show his hands. Minutes later, backup arrived, and additional footage showed officers searching the building. They located Lindsey standing in a doorway, surrounded by officers. The lawsuit states that Lindsey had placed his gun on the ground, raised his hands, and complied with commands. Body camera video showed him standing still as officers yelled commands. Suddenly, an officer yelled, "Taser, taser, taser." When the taser was deployed, it made a loud popping noise as it struck Lindsey. As he began to fall, 4 officers opened fire, discharging a total of 38 rounds. An autopsy report revealed that Lindsey was shot 15 times in various parts of his body. Nearly a year later, a Franklin County grand jury declined to indict the officers involved. The prosecutor's office stated that the officers believed they heard gunfire, leading to their decision to shoot. Several officers reported they thought the taser sound was gunfire. One officer stated they believed they heard a gunshot before firing, while another thought Lindsey was turning to fire at them. A grand jury determines if there is probable cause for criminal charges, not guilt or innocence. Despite the grand jury's decision, Lindsey's family pursued a civil lawsuit. The lawsuit claims Lindsey posed no threat and included a still image showing his hands raised and a gun at his feet. The family's complaint seeks $75,000 in damages and a court order for reforms to police policies and training. A grand jury's decision not to indict does not preclude civil lawsuits for wrongful death or excessive force. The burden of proof in civil cases is lower than in criminal cases, allowing for different outcomes. The term excessive force implies a use of force beyond what is necessary in a situation. Standard police procedures are designed to escalate or de-escalate based on perceived threats. Officers are trained to make split-second decisions, which can lead to tragic outcomes when misjudgments occur. In situations with multiple officers, contagious fire can occur, where one officer's shot prompts others to fire. John Cooney, a retired police captain, explained that deadly force is a decision with immediate results. The scenario of a taser mistaken for gunfire highlights confusion in high-stress situations. Standard procedures for taser use involve verbal commands and clear identification to prevent errors. The shooting of Antwan Lindsey is not isolated. Other cases in Ohio have raised similar concerns. These incidents suggest systemic issues within law enforcement, highlighting trends in police conduct and accountability failures. For example, in November 2016, Euclid police mistook an innocent man's colostomy bag for a gun. More recently, in August 2023, Blendon Township police officer Connor Grubb was charged with murder after shooting a pregnant woman. These cases underscore the urgent need for comprehensive police reform and accountability. Police-involved shootings profoundly impact communities, leading to protests and calls for reform. Understanding these responses provides insight into the broader societal implications of such incidents. Police accountability mechanisms typically involve internal investigations and civilian review boards. The effectiveness of these mechanisms depends on transparency and the willingness of departments to implement findings. The lawsuit filed by Lindsey's family seeks damages and a court order for reforms to police policies. Reforms can include enhanced de-escalation training and increased accountability mechanisms. The tragic death of Antwan Lindsey highlights ongoing challenges in policing and the need for systemic change. For the Black community, these incidents are personal losses that underscore the demand for justice and accountability. Copyright African Elements.